Hello and welcome to the playthrough video for Gates. This is actually for the game Gate using the Gates expansion. So you will need the base game of Gate in order to play this version, and the new game Gates comes in another little tin. We are going to be playing it on the 14 by 24 playmat that's also available. And there is a tutorial video, so if you need to understand how the game, for setup and whatnot, you can watch that video. Everything is set up and ready to go. I have my starting cards right here that I was able to, I drew two at random and I was able to pick one, so we'll see those in a minute. I got all my citizens available here. Here's my command card here. Here's where the enemy deck is. Here's damage tokens that I'll be placing on enemies as I damage them. Here are the new barricades that come as part of Gates. And here are the heroes that will arrive in our darkest hour. What are we trying to do here is protect our little village here that consists of the gate, the mill, the tavern, the tower, and the farm. Those are the locations. These dice are used in order to keep track of the location's health. So each turn or round consists of these actions down here. So they're printed on the game mat to make it easier. But if you don't have the game mat on the back of your command cards, there's the same thing. You have a nice turn sequence. It tells you exactly what you do for each turn. So without any more blabbering from me, let's get going. So the first thing we need to do is advance the enemies. Enemies advance. So we take the top card of the enemy deck and we reveal it. And our good old friend, the Skelepede, has arrived. Now there will only be a maximum of 2 enemies out at once. If we are forced to advance enemies and there's already 2 here, the one that's over here will be discarded from the game. You won't be able to score it at the end of the game, and it will do one final attack for 1 damage that cannot be blocked to the gate. Okay, so what's next? Draw up. So we start with 3 cards in our hand, and that's how many cards you draw into your hand. I started with 2 new characters, the Storyteller. I have the Peddler and the Guard. These little icons here are the actions that that they're able to do. You have to choose one. So for instance, this guard I cannot use his 1 income and do 1 attack. I need to choose one or the other, and that goes for all cards. Some cards have text at the bottom which give you special abilities, and you can always do those special abilities along with taking your single action up here. So we have an enemy to deal with. I have a guard. He can do 1 damage. Since my tower is still standing, I get to do an additional damage whenever I attack. The Peddler allows me to do the Festival command, only costs 1 gold. The Festival command, it tells us right over here, will lower your the fare and the pyramid. Yes, I should probably mention the pyramid. The pyramid over here keeps track of the fare of your citizens. If it ever gets to the top, you lose the game. Also, if the gate ever loses all of its health, you also lose the game. Those are 2 ways of losing. The only way of winning is to make it through all 3 waves of that deck over there. Okay, so let's take a look here. What do I want to do? I have 2 income from the Peddler. See, it lets me do, I don't have any fare, so I'm not too worried about using that power. The Storyteller can repair, or I can also call my citizens, but he also has the ability of recruiting a citizen, costs 1 less gold this turn, which is really nice combined with the Peddler, because the Peddler comes with some serious money. So how do I want to use these cards? Let's see. Okay, well, what do we have available? The Alchemist, he's pretty pricey, costs 6. The Swindler, one of my favorite cards in the game, costs 4. Well, I think I can get the Swindler and I'm going to go for him, because he allows me to draw an extra card whenever he comes up, which is very, very helpful. So I will use the 2 income from the Peddler. And he'll cost 1 less because the storyteller's special ability, recruiting a citizen, costs 1 less per gold this turn. So he only costs 3 now. So I'll use the 2 income from the peddler, plus the 1 income from my farm, because you always get 1 income from the farm as long as it's still standing. So that gives me a total income of 3. And he only costs 3 because of the storyteller's power. So now I gain the swindler. He'll go into my discard. Excellent. And then the peddler used her 2 income, so she's done. I used his special ability, but I didn't use any of these things here. But I can't calm my citizens because I'm already at as calm as they possibly can be because we just started. That will change. And there's nothing to repair. It shows these little dice icons tell you the starting where you're supposed to set the dice at. So as you can see, the mill and the tavern are a little weaker. I can't make them more than their starting health of 4. So I'm sort of going to have to just burn this card. There's nothing I can do with him right now outside of that. And then I will use my guard to attack. He'll do 1 damage plus the tower's bonus, so he'll do 2 damage to the Skelepede. Skelepede has 3 health, so I didn't do enough damage to kill him, so I have these tokens here to indicate how much damage has already been dealt to him. And that's my turn. Now, that's all I drew up. I used commands. I didn't really use any, but that's part of this phase. Recruit. I did recruit. Use cards. I used them all, the rest of my cards, and now the enemies attack. And that's basically how the game works. You're just going to keep cycling through that. We should immediately bring out a new card, new citizen. And we revealed the woodcutter, which is interesting. Okay. Because the woodcutter allows us to build these barricades for cheaper, so that could be a path to victory for us. Okay, so what happens next? Enemies attack. Skelepede, what does he do? He goes after the tower. He does 2 damage to the tower, so the tower was at 6. Now it's at 4. And that's it. He doesn't do any other damage, has no special abilities. So what do we do now? We rinse repeat. We go back to enemies advance. So the Skelepede is going to move forward. Another enemy is going to be revealed. Ooh, it's the Doom Skull. The Doom Skull has a special ability. The Doom Skull deals 1 damage to the gate when first revealed. So he just does 1 damage because he's a jerk. So my gate is now damaged along with my tower. See, now I have some damage done to some of my locations. Okay, draw up. Well, I don't have any cards, so like any classic deck builder, I'm going to grab all my cards. I'm going to give them a quick shuffle. I'm going to grab the top 3, and I got the storyteller, the swindler, and the peddler. What's the swindler allow me to do? You may draw 1 more card. So I draw another card. So I get to use all 4 of my cards, and this should be a decent round. What else? I like that woodcutter. He does 2 damage too, so he's a must-have. So I am going to again use my peddler. 2 income plus the farm's income to give us 3, plus the storyteller's power that allows their cost to go down by 1. So the woodcutter only cost me 3, and I will recruit the woodcutter. I can now use his repair, and I think I will repair the tower, bring that back to 5. Having that extra 1 damage during attack is pretty powerful. Now I have the swindler and the guard left. I'm pretty tempted to use all their damage here. I think I could do some more repairing with the swindler, but I think I'll attack. So 1 and 1 is 2, plus the 1 from the tower is 3. I will kill the Skelepede and add 2 damage to the Doom Skull. So when you kill an enemy, when you actually defeat it, you get to keep it, set it aside for scoring at the end of the game. The numeric value in the star is how many points you will get. So let's put that Skelepede off to the side. We'll see if we win the game, how many points we scored. And that was my turn. Now the enemy's attack. He is going to do 1 damage to the gate, so nothing too drastic. And he also nothing so far has caused fear, which is, I guess, pretty nice early in the game. So let's move. Now, so that's the end of the round. We move back to here. Enemies advance. Doom Skull moves forward. Next enemy is revealed. We have the old spider. The spider is now going to he'll cause fear and attack damage to the gate. So we have that to contend with. And once again, I don't have any cards over here. So I'll take all my cards and I will shuffle them up. And I will draw 3. And I got the woodcutter, the guard, and the storyteller. So I can do some serious murder here. But barricades cost 1 less this turn. So barricades cost 3. What does a barricade do? We should probably mention that. Barricades will absorb all damage from a single attack to the location they are protecting. They also deal 1 damage to the foe that dealt the attack. One-time use. So a barricade basically takes all the damage that would have gone to any location they're put in front of. It absorbs all that damage. You have to discard it or just put it back in this pile here. And it deals 1 damage to the enemy as well. So for 3 gold, because that's its cost, it's pretty expensive to get that. It's not a very advantageous thing to purchase. But the mill allows them to cost 1 less. So they only cost 2 as long as your mill is up and running. So it only cost me 2, but since I have the woodcutter, they only cost me 1. So it's almost a no-brainer to build one. So unfortunately, I guess I'll use my guard's income to do that. So I'll use my guard's income of 1 to build a barricade. So where do I want to place it? Well, it's pretty obvious. It looks like both enemies are going to be attacking my gate. So I will place that there. That's my guard's action. The storyteller can repair. I don't think I'm going to recruit anything this turn. I should probably reveal the next card. Ooh, the coachman. Coachman's not a terrible card. He gets the good income. What do I want to do here? I'm going to repair with the storyteller. What do I want to repair? Let's repair this gate back up. So that's that. Woodcutter, I'm going to use his attack for sure of 2 plus 1 is 3 because I have my tower. So I will do the damage to finish off the Doom Skull and add 2 damage tokens to the spider. So again, I kill an enemy. It'll give me 3 points at the end of the game there. Woodcutter is done. Let's advance. Oh, wait, Jason. You must attack. Don't be an idiot. Okay, so I must attack. Spider attacks. Where does he attack? The gate. So this is interesting. It's where barricades become very tactical in this game. So he's going to attack the gate, but it's got a barricade. So no damage will be dealt to the gate, and 1 damage will be dealt to the spider, and that's enough to kill the spider. So the barricade actually took the spider out. So I gain this card as well, and then my barricade is now destroyed. And that's a good example of how barricades can work for you, placing them in good spots. Now, let's take a look here. It is now time for enemies to attack, and they can't. Or they did, I'm sorry, they attacked and died. Now enemies advance. So a new enemy, it comes out. We have the Lost Corpse. You may not calm your citizens while the Lost Corpse is active. That's her special ability, along with carrying a basket of dead fish. The pyramid is still at the beginning, which is fairly unusual for this game, but as you'll notice, with the gate's expansion, there's now 4 enemies per wave instead of 3, and there's Zogar at the end, so there's 4 additional enemies, making the game last about 10 minutes, a little less than 10 minutes longer than it normally does. So it's about a half hour once you know the rules and you kind of push through. About a half hour to 40 minutes, I'd say. So yes, so in the beginning you have a little bit more time now to build up your deck, and you have the enemies aren't so strong, so you don't have to worry so much about protecting your locations. Then things really start to amp up. Okay, let's continue on. Draw up. Now I have 2 cards here. Let's take these, see what else I get. I got the guard, peddler, swindler. Swindler allows me to draw another card. I got the woodcutter. So this is a pretty solid hand here. Let's see what we want to do here. I am going to I want to build a barricade, but I don't necessarily have to. I have a lot of damage that I can deal. I would like to get another card, because the peddler here allows me to get a card, but I don't have the storyteller, so I have to pay full price. So let's think about this. So I got 2 income plus 1 is 3. What do I have up here? To get the coachman, he gives me more income. I get the vagabond, he kind of allows me to mess with my deck a little bit, which is nice. He only costs 2, gives me another attack. The gypsy is basically a better version of the vagabond. This is tough. This is tough. I am going to go ahead and use the peddler to purchase the coachman. Coachman is mine. Okay, now we're going to do some damage. You don't have to do a lot of damage here because the corpse only has 2 life. So I will use the swindler to attack. So maybe I will end up repairing or building another barricade. Okay, so swindler's going to attack, 1 damage plus 1 damage from the tower. That's enough to kill the corpse. Corpse is now dead. We're kicking butt early on here. Let's see how fast that changes on us. Okay, so I have these 2 left. I have no one to attack, so I'm going to use let's see what else is here. I'm not a huge fan of these cards out here. I'm tempted to do caravan command here to get some different cards out. I can do 2 repair, so I will use the woodcutters to repair the tower all the way and the gate all the way. So I am in perfect condition. And then I will use the guard's 1 income to build a barricade. That's probably the best move. And where should I build a barricade? I don't know. The gates typically attack the most, so I will put 1 there, and that ends that turn. The enemies attack. There are no enemies because we murdered them all. So we're back to the beginning of the round. Next round. Ooh, now we're in wave 2. Enemies are going to get a little stronger here. Now we have the shell spawn. And now I get to draw up. I got 1 card here. There's my storyteller. And we will draw 2 more. And we got the swindler, so I'll draw another. So I have these cards here. Peddler, storyteller, swindler, woodcutter. Shell spawn. I wanted to call him hell spawn, but he is the shell spawn. He will be attacking the mill. We really want to protect the mill because barricades are going to be part of our game plan here with the woodcutter. So, okay, let's see. What do we want to do? Woodcutter is going to want to attack. We can probably hire someone. Who do we want? Do we have enough money to go for something really big? I got 2. They'll all cost 1 less. The commander would be pretty nice. I might go for the commander. So he costs 5, but he only costs 4 because the storyteller's here. So I need 4 income. Can I make that happen? 1, 2, 3. So I can use the swindler's income and the peddler's income. So that's 3. Plus the income from the farm is 4. Plus the storyteller's special ability allows me to hire the commander. So I've got another card that deals damage. Ooh, and the wizard has arrived. Okay, so I can still take an action here. Nothing to repair as of yet, and my pyramid has not moved up. This is unusual. Woodcutter, he is going to attack the shell spawn. He does 2 damage, plus the tower is 3. 3 damage to this shell spawn. And now the enemies attack. The shell spawn is going to finally move the pyramid up. We moved on to the sun icon, meaning that a hero is going to come to aid us. And he does 2 damage to the mill. That is not cool. We need to get rid of him because one more hit from him and this mill is gone. And that's going to hurt our discount. Okay, enemies advanced. Shell spawn moves forward. New enemy comes out. The Vile Stalker. Not my favorite. You may not hire citizens while the Vile Stalker is active. So that is not great. So I can't hire anyone until I kill that Vile Stalker. Okay, so let's draw 1, 2. Shuffle this deck. Now the heroes that come up from this deck here are one-time use. They're pretty powerful. Once in a while you'll get one that's not helpful because it's early in the game. They might do something that doesn't really help you. But for the most part, you like it when they show up. So, again, the Swindler. He's really a great card to get early in the game. That Swindler, if you can make that happen. So because he allows me to draw another card. So we have the Commander, the Coachman, the Guard, and the Swindler. And we have a decent amount of attack here. The Commander has the Call to Arms command, cost 1 gold this turn. And the Call to Arms usually costs 2. So now for 1 gold, you can do a 1 additional damage. So that's nice. That's something to think about. We could use, the Swindler does damage, but if a card comes up that doesn't do damage but has money, we can convert that into damage, which is always fun. Okay, let's think about killing some monsters here. Coachman allows me to get all new cards up here for free. So I'm going to use that ability, I think, and get all new cards up here for free. Usually that costs 1. It's a command, the caravan action. So those will go on the bottom and we will get all new cards. We got the Martyr, the Nomad, the Merchant, and the Assassin. Okay, I like these cards a little better, a little less expensive. Okay, let's press forward here. I can do some serious damage. I can do 2, 3, 4, 5 damage total. It's not going to be enough to kill the Vile Stalker, but I really need to get rid of that shell spawn. So let's do that. Let's attack 2, 3, 4, plus this is 5, so that'll be 1 damage to here and 4 damage to the Vile Stalker. Almost killed the Vile Stalker. And I get that. I still have the Coachman. And I think what I'll do is I will call my citizens. Or I could spend my 2 for the Call to Arms. Technically it only cost 1 because I had the Commander. So I will use his money to do the Call to Arms command, which will do an additional damage and kill the Vile Stalker. We're having some pretty good luck here. Cleared the board. Okay, enemies attack. There's no enemies. Enemies advance. We are in really, really good shape. Okay, Rat Lord comes out. He's got a lot more health. I don't like that. I still have a barricade there. That's good. Let's draw up. 1, 2, 3. Oh, I got the Baroness. She gives me a bunch of money. So usually you're going to want to hire someone. And I am going to hire, because that's 4 money. Plus 1 is 5. I can get anyone I want. Storyteller costs 1 less. I could have got the Wizard. So that wasn't great, but the Merchant's really good because it gives you 3 money. All commands only cost 1. But I'm going to go after some more damage here. This one allows me to trash a card in my hand. And this one allows me to take a card from your discard pile and place it on top of your draw pile. I'm going to go for the Assassin. So I'm going to spend the Baroness's money and get this Assassin. Baroness is out of the game. I should attack is what I should do. I'm going to attack. 2 plus 1 is 3. 3 damage to this rat lord. Because if I let these enemies stay out, bad things will happen. I can calm. I'll have him calm the citizens. Okay, enemies attack. 2 damage to the gate. No damage because I have a barricade, and they take a damage. So that barricade helped us again. Let's see what other card comes up here. Ooh, the blacksmith. We're getting a lot of solid cards. The blacksmith's a great card. Okay, draw up. Shuffle this up. Okay, we got the peddler, the assassin, and the coachman. Oh, enemies advance. Don't forget, Jason. There's always bad guys waiting to come. Ooh, the blood monk. Well, this isn't good. Blood monk. Remove all damage tokens when this card is revealed. So he comes in and he heals whatever enemy may be damaged. And there was one that had quite a bit of damage, so all of that damage is wiped away. Not great. Okay, now things might start getting nasty here. Okay, so far this has been pretty easy. We are in standard mode. I should note that. These cards, you can turn them all over and there's a red side and everything is much more difficult. So we are playing the standard mode right now. Typically you take more damage in this, but we're doing well. Let's move on. Okay, so we drew up. What do we want to do here? Recruit. I do like the blacksmith. Yeah, I might do that. Coach. Coachman and the peddler, that's 4. Income, I'm getting the blacksmith. Why do I want the blacksmith so much? Because you may double the attack of another card. He doesn't do any damage himself, but if you pair him up with another card that does like 2 damage, now you're doing 4 damage. So that is a great card. Now we have the assassin. Got to do damage here. We got to put some health damage tokens on these guys. So she does 2 damage. I could trash a card in my hand, but I think I kind of liked all my cards. I could get rid of the peddler. I'll do that. I'll trash the peddler. Peddler's out of the game. My assassin basically killed her. She's not very nice. Okay, so the assassin does 2 damage plus the 1 from the tower, 3 damage. I will do that to... Well, at this point, the rat lord's going to get away. So I might as well apply this damage to the blood monk. So things are not looking so good now. Even though I have full health. But, well, actually, this is damaged. Okay, so now they attack. Things are going to get ugly here. 2 damage to my gate. 2 damage to my tavern. And the Fairman arises again. Okay, another hero arrives. And now enemies advance. Well, the rat lord, I don't get to score him. He gets away. Mainly because the blood monk, this jerk, healed him. So he's going to advance. He's going to come out. The Devourer. Okay. Yeah, so he leaves the game. The rat lord leaves. And what does he do before he leaves? Every enemy always does 1 additional damage to the gate before they leave. And I don't get to score him. Okay. Moving on. Draw up 1, 2, 3 cards. Swindler, Storyteller, Woodcutter, and I get to draw another card. Commander. Okay, I think we saw very similar setup before. Well, the blood monk, we need to kill him. He only has 1 health, so we'll kill him. Commander will kill him, right, Commander? Yeah, you will, with your glorious mustache. Okay, call to arms. We don't need to do that, I don't think. I don't know if I'm going to recruit this turn. The Martyr is a great card. I could win the game with the Martyr. Excuse me. Yeah, you may trash this card to defeat a single enemy, including Zogar. So you can use the Martyr in that way. Martyr is a great card. Anyways, let's get back. Let's focus here. Let's kill. We need to murder. So the Woodcutter. Who has money? Because I'd like to build another barricade with the Woodcutter. So I'll use the Swindler's money. build a barricade, and I'm going to build it here at the gate, because I know I'm going to kill the blood monk here. I'm going to do a total of 5 damage using the woodcutter and the commander. 5 damage, so that's 1 damage to the monk, so he's dead, and then 4 to the devourer. So I get to score the blood monk. And then the storyteller, can't do a whole lot. I can repair something. I should probably repair this mill for 1, and that's his turn. Now the devourer is going to attack. The devourer, oh, I should have read this better. Should have read the devourer's card. The devourer does 1 damage to each location and causes fear. So my fear goes up. My fear goes up, hits the wheat icon, or the icon for the farm. So my farm's going to suffer 1 damage from that. Now he's going to attack each location in order. So he is going to do 1 damage more to the farm, 1 damage more to the mill, 1 damage to the gate. But wait, there is a barricade. So no damage to the gate and 1 damage to him, but he's still alive. So we get to keep continuing down this path of destruction. 1 damage to the tavern and 1 damage to the tower. And we already moved up the pyramid. So yeah, he's a jerk. Not my favorite bad guy to deal with. Okay, so now that's enemies attack, enemies advance, devourer moves, new card comes out. We have the blight golem. We're getting close, guys. We're getting close. Take a sip of my coffee here. Okay. Okay, let's draw up. We got the guard. Shuffle, shuffle. Things are starting to get a little scary here. Okay. Coachman, commander, guard. Oof, not the greatest. And what's the blight golem do? Nothing but destroy things. He causes lots of fear, and he attacks for 2 damage to the gate, which is not good. So focus right now is damage. So the guard and the commander are going to attack, no matter what that has to happen. So that's going to be 2 plus 1 is 3 damage, plus the tower still standing for 4. Gotta do it, gotta do it. Gotta put 1 more to the devourer, so that kills him, and then 3 damage on the blight golem. Devourer is dead. I did not want to see him attack all the locations for 1 again. Those 2 are gone. Coachman has 2 money. Is there anyone to hire? No, there's nobody to hire for that little of money. I can repair though, so that's probably not a terrible idea. So I'm going to repair. Oh man, probably going to repair. Oh, actually, I should call my citizens, because the tavern allows me to gain 1 extra calming when it's still standing. So +1 when calming once per turn while still standing. So using that 1 calm will actually calm for 2. So it brings my pyramid all the way back down. So it's very interesting how every time I play this, all the times I've played it, the games kind of unfold differently. A lot of times you're really fighting this pyramid. Let's see. So that's that. And now the blight golem is going to attack, and this is going to hurt. Now he's going to push this back up. We're going to pass over the sun icon, meaning we're going to get another hero. But we also go up to here. So the farm is going to get damaged. Farm's back down to 3, where if I can find the 3. And then he's going to do 2 damage to the gate. So the gate is starting to get hurt pretty significantly now. Enemies advance. Blight golem moves forward. Man, this wave does not seem like it's going to end. And here comes the abomination. He is going to really murder our farm. Okay, and he's got 6 health. Not great. Okay, let's draw up. Swindler, storyteller, blacksmith. Swindler allows me to draw another card, and I get the assassin. That is perfect, because I will 100%, without a doubt, use the blacksmith's power with the assassin. So the assassin's going to do 4 damage instead of the 2 because of the blacksmith's ability. I'm not worried about recruiting right now. I don't have a lot of money out there. I do, but I definitely want to attack at this stage of the game. I think I'm set with my deck at this point. Swindler wants to... Maybe I'll just use his attack as well. So I will do... that's what I'll do. So the assassin's going to do 4. The swindler's going to do 1, so it's 5. So 5 damage there, plus 1 from the tower is 6 damage total. So I'll do 3 damage to the blight golem and 3 damage to the abomination. So we killed the blight golem. He's the one I was a little more concerned about. And we can still utilize these characters' abilities here. I guess it makes sense to, since this tavern's still standing, to heal our Faramid again with the storyteller. And then the blacksmith, since he's a blacksmith, it makes sense he's good at repairing. What needs to be repaired? Let's repair the gate. 3. Okay. Now, enemies attack. We got 2 damage to the farm, so the farm is barely hanging on there. And 1 more to the Faramid, so another hero comes. Okay, ooh, here's a hero. We get the knight, the woodcutter. I have to advance the enemies. I'll do that in 1 second here. Ooh, and the traveler. So my hand has got 2 heroes in it. Okay, so this is going to move forward, and bam, we got the Tentesteed. Okay, take a look. Okay, let's see here. The knight does 4 damage, so that's impressive. We got a ton of damage here that we can do, and we're probably just going to deal it all out, or maybe not. I think the woodcutter, I'm going to spend the 1 gold from the traveler. Oh, the traveler allows me to draw 2 more cards, so we're going to do very well this turn. So the traveler, I'm going to spend her gold, build a barricade. Might as well put it in a location that's going to get hit. I'll protect the farm since it only has 1. Then I'm going to use the 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 damage. I'm just going to kill distributor. That should be enough to kill almost everything on the board. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So that's out of the game. 8 damage. 8 damage. So that'll be 2 to the abomination. I'm sorry, 3 to the abomination, killing him, and then the remaining 5 to the Tentesteed, which kills the Tentesteed. Okay, so we murdered everybody. Okay, and then the storyteller is left. What shall we repair? Or I'll just bring the Faramid down. I'm telling you, this game is going very, very well. Okay, so now enemies attack. They're dead. Enemies advance. Zogar reveals himself. And there we have him. 8 health. And he attacks all locations for 2 damage. So he is terrible. But we are in pretty good shape. We have some pretty good cards. We built a really strong deck. Okay, the clay golem allows me to place 2 barricades. So let's place 2 barricades. Let's put 1 there. And 1 here. Okay. And I can't do a whole, I can do some damage. 1, 2, 3, we might kill Zogar right here. When he attacks, he's going to get killed by the barricades. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4 damage. 5 damage from the tower to our good friend Zogar. And now Zogar's turn to attack us, and he is going to get killed here while he attacks us. He's going to do some damage, but he's going to attack this location here, but it's protected by a barricade, so he will take 1 damage. He's going to attack the mill. Mill is destroyed. He's going to attack the gate, but the gate is protected, so he'll take a damage instead. Attack the tavern, and the tavern is protected, and he will gain 1 more damage. That's 8. We defeated Zogar. So that was a pretty good tutorial in the sense that you got to see a lot of cards, a lot of different ways the cards work together. You got to see basically a game from start to finish. However, this was fairly abnormal in that, well, a lot of things are pretty close to getting destroyed, but typically you're in a much worse shape towards the end of the game, and there's quite a bit more tension. But I got fairly lucky with my early cards. That woodcutter helped me build some barricades, and I got a couple of good cards that allowed me to do extra damage to the enemies. So with that being said, to figure out your final score, you would take all the numbers and the values inside these stars and add them up, and that would give you a score if that's your thing. I added that because some people like to keep track of how well they did. But ultimately, the game is a solo game about surviving or not surviving. In this case, we did very, very well. Now, what I want to show you is on the back side of these cards is really the game you're going to want to push yourself to get to. So playing in standard mode is great for teaching you the game, and typically there's a 50% success rate is what I've seen through playtesting. With the Gates expansion, it's still around 50% of the time you will win if you play with the standard mode cards, which is how I wanted it, because I want it to not be super hard in standard mode, and I want it to be a way for you to learn how to play the game. However, you can decide to flip over just a few of these to the hard mode side, and that will amp up the difficulty of the game. The gate will now start with less health in this scenario. The farm starts with less health, and it won't give you the bonus income if the health ever drops below 4. The pyramid just becomes much nastier with the icons on here. Less heroes arriving and more damage to certain locations. The tower, if you decide to flip the tower over to the hard mode side, again, its health's reduced to 5 instead of 6, and if the health of it ever goes below 4, it no longer gives you that attack bonus of 1. And if you're really up for a challenge, you can just flip all the cards over to hard mode, and that'll reduce the health even further and make it more difficult for you to calm your citizens and to get that bonus for cheaper barricades. So that was the tutorial. That was the playthrough video for Gates. I hope you enjoyed it. You got to see quite a few cards and see the game from start to finish. I wish there was a little bit more tension just for the sake of the video, but I think you guys can see how easily certain cards could have came out in different order, and things would have gotten pretty nasty. And obviously you can switch things over to hardcore mode, and maybe I'll do another playthrough video in this mode to show you just how challenging it is. So thank you very much for watching. The crowd sale for Gates is going to be up for a few more days after posting this video, so I hope you check that out. Right now we have over 800 backers, and the cost of the game for the expansion is at $10.66, which is crazy. And the game Gate, the base game's also part of the sale, and I believe it's in the $10, $11 range right now too, because I forgot how many copies are sold already. So please check out that crowd sale. Link will be in the description below. Thank you very much.